You've heard it all over the news lately. Roofing contractors in Kentucky do not need to be licensed. Don't fall for the national company sales tactics when you're in need of roof repairs or an entirely new roof. Trust a local pro. Russell Roofing, locally owned since 2001, is a fully insured licensed contractor in Kentucky and Indiana. Russell Roofing will leave your home with a clean job site and a beautifully professionally installed new roof. The price is fair, and Russell Roofing is an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. And don't forget, all shingles are hand nailed. Call today for a free estimate or check us out at russellroofingco.com.
This segment is brought to you by Russell Roofing, where all shingles are hand-nailed. And I'm here with Brian Stalker with Property Management Group of Louisville. And Brian, tell us why you always use Russell Roofing.
I've been through 10 to 15 different contractors, and Russell will be the last one that I ever use. It started by doing some research for the Better Business Bureau, A-plus rated, fully insured, workers' compensation, everything. That takes a load off of my back. I have enough things to worry about. He's an Owens Corning preferred contractor as well. And then, of course, the attention to detail with the hand nailing, I think, makes a big difference. That separates him, I think, from other roofing contractors in the area.
Well, and with property management, you actually have people living in the properties that you manage. So, you know, that kind of service and knowing it's done right is really important.
That's right. So we service owners who own these properties, and we also service the tenants as well. And owners and the tenants appreciate using contractors like Russell Roofing, because once they go, we don't have to continue to go back and fix problems.
And that's really nice, especially for the residents that live in your property. They know that they're in a safe environment and that you really take pride in the properties that you own.
That's right. And it retains tenants as well. And that's the name of the game when you're renting to people. You want to just keep the same tenant and slowly increase net operating income. And I think that's where I love to partner up with companies like Russell Roofing.
That's really great to hear. So tell me about, we've talked a little about you know, some of the properties that you manage. Tell us how you got into it.
Well, so it started off as a family-owned apartment complex, and I had an uncle that sold his apartments to me. There were 61 units out in Crestwood about 7 or 8 years ago. And he didn't want to sell it to anyone else, so he wanted to keep it in the family. So he sold it to me, and I decided, while I was managing that, I was going to get my real estate license, start selling homes for people, and also managing for other people as well. Mm-hmm. And it turned out that was in a time in 2007, 2008, when banks started to need a great deal of help managing foreclosures. So the calls started to flood in to manage foreclosures all throughout Louisville and southern Indiana, so timing worked out well for us.
So you literally just kind of fell into this business.
We did, and it's a tough business. You know, keeping owners happy, keeping tenants happy. It's difficult, but we love it.
And so, tell us some of the things that you guys offer your tenants to keep them happy.
So, we offer them great service, and we love to have our tenants come into our office here in Clifton, sit down, enjoy the Wi-Fi, have a cup of coffee, talk to us about their situation. We have tenants that have been renting for years. We'd love to get them in a home ownership opportunity. We've got tenants that are just transient and they're with us for a year or two. They want to go from area to area. So we can fill that because we have about 500 properties spread throughout Louisville and southern Indiana. So a tenant that lives in the West End that wants to go to the East End or the South End or St. Matthews or Clifton, anywhere, they can come in, spend some time with us, have a conversation, go through the internet, see what we have available, and we can just have a real estate conversation with them.
Well, I think it's neat that you mentioned you can help someone purchase their first home. So is it a rent to own type of situation? How does that work?
Well, it can be. Every owner is specific. So of the 500 properties, I've got about 125 different owners. Of those owners, some of them are sellers, some are just holding the property. So on our single family homes, quite a few of our owners would love to place a tenant and have them purchase it down the road. And so we'd love, as Property Management Louisville, to be a part of that transition because I'm a homeowner and I love it. And I'd love to be able to help others do that as well.
So tell us some of the properties that you have available for people to come in and make their new home.
Okay, so we've got a lot of different levels of homes and apartment buildings. I mentioned I'm in Crestwood. I have 132 different units. Deer Park Apartments in Crestwood, Maple Springs, Crestwood Apartments. We've got Crawford Crossing, which is down on Dixie Highway. We've got the Brockton Apartments right in the middle of J-Town. We've got apartments everywhere, and we've got homes too. So it's a natural progression for a lot of people to move from apartments to a single family home, and then after they've rented that for a while to be able to purchase that single family home or one to it. They can do all of that through us.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because that gets them used to owning a home.
That's exactly right, and it's good training for them.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much, Brian, for spending time with us today. This segment, again, is brought to you by Russell Roofing, where all shingles are hand-nailed.
You've heard it all over the news lately. Roofing contractors in Kentucky do not need to be licensed. Don't fall for the national company sales tactics when you're in need of roof repairs or an entirely new roof. Trust a local pro. Russell Roofing, locally owned since 2001, is a fully insured licensed contractor in Kentucky and Indiana. Russell Roofing will leave your home with a clean job site and a beautifully professionally installed new roof. The price is fair, and Russell Roofing is an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. And don't forget, all shingles are hand-nailed. Call today for a free estimate or check us out at russellroofingco.com.